Hello all. Doug Cross. I'm now everybody's heard my name. You get to see the face. Just wanted to welcome you, but I've just got a couple of items of housekeeping that I needed to go through. So, just in terms of a layout of how the next couple of days of the Theatrette sessions looks. Last year, the feedback we had was that some of the presentations were a little long. So we've cut most of the presenters back, other than our keynote speakers, we've cut back to 20 minutes. So it's kind of a bit of a rapid fire session, but also a lot of our speakers are with us both today and over tomorrow down in the exhibit hall. So, there's not going to be an opportunity during those 20-minute sessions to tell you everything you need to know, but those people would obviously welcome you approaching them for further information or whatever it is you might need. I did want to take this opportunity particularly thank Blair from Car Groomers. Craig has already done that, but Car Groomers, Slipstream Products are the major sponsor of today and of these sessions, and they couldn't have happened without their support. I guess there's two things actually. We're going to try to get the exhibit hall open at midday today. In fact, it will be open at midday today, but you will only be able to get in with a lanyard. So if you haven't registered yet, or you haven't got your lanyard, you're going to need to go back to the Gate 9 registration desk and organise your pass and lanyard. We also have our major function tonight, Party in the Wash Bay, we're calling it. That's a ticketed event. So we've pretty much had to provide our catering numbers, but we've sort of held over a few extras. So if anybody wants to come to that, once again, you need to go to that Gate 9 registration desk, get yourself one of these passes that's got a little red dot on it that tells us that you're going to enjoy that event. So that's just a little bit of housekeeping, an introduction for myself, but more importantly, our keynote speaker today is a man I think everybody's going to enjoy. His name is quite well recognised, particularly in Victoria, but spreading far and wide. If you could please put your hands together for the Beechworth Baker.
I'm Tom, and I am a baker. What have we got a baker here? Look, I'm going to put my hat on because it makes me look younger. That's my comfort zone, in a bakehouse. That's where I do my best work. What have we got a baker? You all think, bloody hell, what? Look, I'm about making dough, but that's my comfort zone. Look, I am no big-time businessman. I'm no guru. In fact, I'm a kindergarten dropout. I failed kindergarten, and these buggers have brought me along here to talk to you. Look, if I upset anybody today, if I'm politically incorrect or happen to swear, look, I apologise. I'm sorry. Pray for me. Especially you overseas guys, some of them get very precious. But anyway, look, I am a baker. I've been a baker for a long time. I'm the guy on this side. No, on that side, on that bloody hell. Gee, anyway, I turned 20. I've been in the baking game a long time. I turned 21 up in Armandland and teaching baking, and Jim always called me Bomber. And I said to Jim, what does Bomber mean? He says, you're mad. I was only a guy in a government settlement in a hurry, but that sense of urgency. But when I was up there, I changed my name. I used to be called Tom Toole, but I got sick of being called Dickhead and Shovel and changed it to Tom O'Toole, the best $23 I ever spent. O'Toole means the son of Toole, and I was the son of Toole. My dad was from Ireland, but I was born in Australia. But my brothers, they're still Tools. But anyway, look, I'm still in business today, and it's far from perfect. So today, you take what you want and leave the rest. I have not got all the answers. I'm just here to make these other buggers look good. So what am I going to talk about? I'm going to talk about customer service. They've asked me to talk about customer service. And I'm going to talk about keep in touch with your dreams. Now, I had a dream I wanted to be rich. Now, look, I was brought up in poverty. Anyone who'll tell you that it's spiritual living in poverty, it's bullshit. There's nothing spiritual about living in poverty. Much more spiritual to employ people, put food on the tables. Anyway, I started school, and I met my first dream taker. they told me it was a sin to be rich. Today it's a miracle, but I believe in miracles. I rely on anything. I did fail kindergarten. I hung around in primary school until I got too big for the desk, and they had to send me to high school. And my younger brother, he was already in the high school, but he's only a year younger than me. But anyway, I got to high school, and they said to me, Tom, what can you do? I said, I can daydream. I got A's at daydreaming. They didn't put on my report. They didn't put nothing. I never got a report. But when I left school at 14, I didn't know the ABC or times table. I still do not know the ABC or times table today. But you know, I thought I met a lot of dream takers at school, but I went into my first business, a bakery, when I was 21. I turned 21 up in Armandland, but when I finished up in Armandland, I went into my first bakery at Yarrawonga, and I started to meet a lot of real dream takers, like bank managers and accountants. Yeah, a lot of me mates said, who do you think you are going into business? You're up yourself. There's heaps of dream takers out there who'll tell you it can't be done. Sometimes we're married to them too. You know, don't let anyone steal your day. Don't let anyone steal your day. Keep in touch with Beechworth. Where the bloody hell's Beechworth? That's where I'm from. Beechworth on the road to nowhere. If you're going to Beechworth, you're going out of your way. 3 hours from Melbourne. Oh, geez, I was over in Glasgow not long ago trying to tell them where Beechworth was. Oh, God. And I was talking to a group of master bakers. Well, in Glasgow, you ever heard them called master bakers with their act? I got up there and I said, I've never met a group of master. I got it all wrong, but oh, jeez. Very embarrassing, but anyway, they don't want me back, but a bit like these Americans, they're very precious. I got one as a son-in-law. God almighty, I had to talk in the Bellagio. God almighty, but anyway, don't worry. But look, population around 3,000 people in Beechworth, and we are credited with having the highest sales for any standalone retail bakery in Australia. There's a few others doing better, but the taxation button doesn't know about it. But Beechworth was very famous for its lunatic asylum and Ned Kelly and the jail, and they're all bloody gone today. You know, when I went there 34 years ago, you didn't say, oh, I'm going for a drive to Beechworth, because if you were, you're going to visit your mad auntie or somebody else locked up. It was a town that was dying. That was my shop. That was my shop. 34. That was the state of most of the shops in Beechworth 34 years ago. It was falling down. It was mouse infested. It was rat infested. It even had this friendly possum that lived in the bakehouse. Now we get this bloody possum. We take it out in the bush, and 2 days later you'd walk in, and this possum would be sitting on the bench eating all the pasty vegetables. We couldn't get rid of the possum until the Chinese restaurant opened up down the road. That was in the bloody possum. Truly, we don't have any stray cat, dog, nothing around the bloody place, you know. 34 years ago when I went there, if you seen a car parked on the street on Sunday morning, you wondered who got locked up. You know, today, you're lucky to get a park there today. Today, it's a very vibrant tourist town, and the Beechworth Bakery and Tom O'Toole gets a lot of the credit, but we were just there at the right time. Today we have 8 Beechworth bakeries. We have a Beechworth bakery in Bendigo. People say, how can you have a Beechworth bakery in Bendigo? Well, we have a Bendigo Bank in Beechworth, we do. Bendigo Bank in Beechworth. We have a Beechworth bakery in Echuca, Beechworth bakery in Hillsville, a Beechworth bakery in Ballarat, a Beechworth bakery in Albury, one in Yakandanda, and a Beechworth bakery in Bright. And you know, when I bought that business 34 years ago, it was turning over 100,000 turnover for the year. This year we'll turn over in excess of 18 million cash over the counter. I like cash. And well, we take credit cards, but we don't do any wholesale. We don't supply the schools, hospitals, or no one. If anyone wants 20% discount, I want to cut out 20% of the ingredients. Doesn't taste real good either, you know, but when you haven't got an education, you get away with it. People say to me, oh, Tom, money's not that important. You reckon money's not important? Try and miss a couple of car payments. See how bloody important it's up there with air and water. I'm in business to make money. I'm not embarrassed about it. You know, money gives me choices. Money gives me options. I love the choice. I love the option. Our product's no different than anybody else's. We got no secret herbs and spices. It's our people. It's our people. And our product and our brand and 10,000. It's our people that make the difference. It's our people. You know, every week, nearly every month now, for many, many years, we've had business people checking out our business. This crowd from South Africa. This lady here, she was only out 2 weeks ago. She's from England, and she was at that talk in Glasgow, and they got 65 shops, and they all want to come out and they say, they want to know, how come these buggers are desperate to give you money? What do you do? What do you do? I said, well, we do a lot of training. They said, but, what if you train them and they leave? And I said, what if you don't train them and they stay? And that's what lots of us do in small business. We don't train them and the buggers stay. They say, oh yeah, it's all right for you, Tom. You've got the time, you've got the money. It's not lack of time, it's not lack of money. It is lack of focus, it is lack of priority. Now what you think about expands. If you're thinking lack of time, lack of money, lack of opportunity, that's what you're going to get. SHIT, simply how I think. You got to think positive. Don't think lack of. There's more opportunities out there than ever before. SHIT, simply how I think. Don't think lack of. Now, in every disaster lies an opportunity. There's a disaster. A few years ago now, the government announced they were closing the lunatic asylum in Beechworth. Well, it was called Mayday Hills Hospital, but you didn't go there, you didn't go and toenails, I can tell you. Anyway, they shut the asylum and we lost hundreds of jobs in Beechworth. So we got into tourism in a big way as a community. In one of our first festivals, we had 12 or 1,400 people. Today at that festival, we get thousands of the buggers, thousands. You had to hear the same comments of some of the shopkeepers, same comments this year as I did last year, the year before, nearly word for word. Oh, the buggers don't spend any money in my shop. All they're doing is making a bloody mess, taking me car spaces, blocking me driveway. I'm sure God looks at them and says, here, give yourself something else to bitch about, you buggers. They love it, they wallow in it. Honestly, it is so easy to be negative. Requires no bloody effort at all. But to be positive, you've got to get off your bum and have a go. I hear people say, but Tom, it's hard, it's hard. You reckon it's hard? Go to Afghanistan, go to Bosnia, go to East Timor. You know, we live in the luckiest country in the world. And I hear people saying, it's hard, it's hard. I don't see boatloads of people leaving Australia heading to Bolivia. Bolivia's landlocked anyway, don't worry about that. People say to me, oh, Tom, you don't understand. Tom, you don't understand. I'm having a bad day. I'm having a bad day. You reckon you're having a bad day? Try missing one. You're dead. Bloody oath, any day above ground's a good one. You know, be grateful you woke up this morning. A lot of buggers didn't. Looks like a couple down here. But, you know, have an attitude of gratitude. Have an attitude. If I'm grateful, I have energy, I'm excited. If I'm ungrateful, I'm pissed off, shitty, cranky, no energy. Have an attitude. Have an attitude of gratitude. Yeah, 9 years ago I was asked to go over to East Timor to set up a bakery school. And of course when you have a learning difficulty like me, you've got to have a couple of mates who'll be married, and I got a couple of mates to come over with me. And it was all too hard. The official language in East Timor is Portuguese, and only 3% of the people speak Portuguese, and all the bureaucracy and the corruption, oh, it was all too bloody. And Anne from the Australian Embassy was showing us around. We said, Anne, it's all too hard. We're going. She said, Tom, I've just been told the nuns up near the airport have all this bakery equipment from the Spanish government. They don't know what to do with it. We said, we're going. She said, come up. Well, we went up there, we met Sister Cedar, all this brand new equipment. I said, gee, you set that up, we will come over. I've been over there 7 times in East Timor. You know, when we left there a couple of years ago, they were doing 150 bread rolls a day. Today they're doing in excess of 2,000 bread rolls a day. They've opened this shop up in the convent wall. So if you're over in East Timor near the big roundabout near the airport, just near the airport, you'll find the shop. It badly needs a paint at the moment. But it is supporting 2 orphanages. They don't have occupational health and that over there. 2 orphanages and training 26 young people. Now, Abelina there, the girl in the black hat, she's going to be a nun. Herminia at the front, she was going to be, but she got a boyfriend. So Abelina's getting nun, but anyway, Herminia. But I got them to come out to the Beechworth Bakery now to work for a few weeks. Now, that guy's name's Alan Small. Alan Small. But, you know, I was asked to set up a bake in Uganda. Now, I'm no bloody saint. No car washes over here. No car washes over there. But anyway, out in the Kumi district, 8 hours out of Kampala, and I wanted my mates to come. They said, we're not going to Uganda. Too many guns, too many. But anyway, I ended up talking to them. Somebody built this oven back when India Amin and it was at a leprosy hospital. It's at an AIDS hospital now, way out in the sticks. No, not even a town. This hospital there, and they reckon to make a great bakery, and they wanted some sucker to come over. Anyway, I got now Graham Heaven. Can you imagine Graham Heaven being in the convent? He's from Napier, New Zealand. Graham Heaven. The nuns had never been so close to heaven in their life. He had his own room. He nearly got in a couple of bad habits. They're not all pure, you know. But anyway, Graham Heaven. And we ended up producing bread out of that oven, a real God job. And that bakery is still going. Now, that's supporting 2 orphanages, as well. There's 80 kids in this orphanage, and that's the whole kitchen that feeds the 80 kids, and she's a volunteer. Now these people, they don't have Centrelink over there. They're very, very, very grateful to have a drop. No doll. They're very keen to learn, very, very keen to learn. Oh, back to the Beechworth Bakery. Today, my business today runs on a management structure instead of a dictatorship. Now, dictatorships made me a lot of money. I love dictatorships, but a management structure gives me a lot better life. They'll have these business meetings. They don't often tell me when they're having them. and I'll come in, I'll say, what are these figures about? Look at all this. What's this? Tom, you don't understand, Tom. You're sick as a brick, Tom. You're sick as 2 bricks. You don't understand. Tom, the council's been building a roundabout. We have one roundabout in Beechworth, one roundabout. Anyway, and the road's been blocked for 2 weeks, Tom, 2 weeks. Supermarket selling bread, Tom, for $1 a loaf, $1. It's too hot, Tom. Too hot for cream cakes, too hot for pies, too hot. Bullshit. Anytime I got problems in my business, it's always within my 4 walls. But it's so easy to look out there and blame the council, blame head office, blame Doug. He looked pretty good about that Craig. I'm not going to know about that Craig. Anytime, blame Malcolm Turner. Can't blame Malcolm anymore. Anytime I got problems in my business, it's always with. I'll tell you what. If I ever want to find the biggest problem in my business, all I got to do is look in the mirror and I'll find the biggest problem that I'm ever going to have to work with staring me in the face. Much easier to look out there and blame some other bugger though. I look at that, behind every successful man, there's a surprise mother-in-law. Yeah. Happily married today, one day at a time. Monday wasn't one of them, but anyway. My wife's my biggest asset. Also my biggest liability. That's the biggest bloody business risk you'll ever see. Half your money. My first wife pissed off with this big Fijian. When she left, I fell madly in love with her. But this one pisses off, I'm going with her. I tell you what, tell me you love. I always hold my wife's hand, I do. If I let go, she goes shopping. Tell him you love him. Biggest buddy, I tell him you love him. Half your money, gone, bloody gone. You wouldn't understand that. But 32 years, I can get the medal I am one day. But anyhow, my wife and I, we travel a lot. This is a little while ago. Like last year, we're in Antarctica, we're in South America, I don't know how many countries. Anyway, but when you get old and grey, that's what happens. You can sit down the front, I won't spit on you down here. There's some empty seats. Anyway, this trip we were travelling in Bangkok, and we were travelling business class, and the kids were down the back where they belong. And you know when you travel business class going overseas, they give you a drink of champagne or orange juice or water before you even leave the tarmac. And that's about the only time my wife smiled. Now, my wife is very placid, very quiet, never complains, but it was a trip from hell. She was not happy. I had to sit with her for the next 8 or 10 hours. It was not good. She said to me, Tom, I'm never travelling on this airline ever again. She was not happy. Went out and see the kids down the back. And they said, what are you talking about, bad service? You couldn't wish for better service. You guys are up yourself. Here we are all on the same plane. They had a great air crew. We had a lousy one. It's all about people. It's all about people. Rule 1, take care of the customer. Rule 2, take care of the customer. Rule 3, take care of the customer. Just love them, and they might love you back. You know, happy customers come back. How profound. I'm as sick as a brick, but happy give them a bloody reason to come back. Give them a reason to come back. Happy customers come back. Pretty. Oh, the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little bit extra. How often can we do that little bit extra and we don't bother? That return phone call, that smile, that thank you, thank you, doesn't come natural to me either. Thank you. It's the little thing. It's like the bloody racehorse that wins. It gets 10 times more the money. Is it 10 times faster, 50% faster, 25% faster? No, it's that tiny, little. It's the little thing. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little bit extra. How often? Who wants to be known as McOrdinary? Who wants to be, it's that little bit extra. Oh, there's a little bit extra. Beechworth is the home of Emma George. Up until the Sydney Olympics, the world's woman pole vaulting champion, 17 world records. I was there on the night, the Sydney Olympics, when Emma didn't do that little bit extra. You just asked Emma, if you're not doing that little bit extra, your bloody history. Look at that, only when we continue to raise our goals. First, you've got to have some bloody goals and have them wrote down and dated. When I started writing down my goals and date them, changed my life. Dramatically changed my life. You know, do we give ourselves room to grow? Keep lifting that bar. Keep lifting that bar. People says, why? Why not? Why not? Most success and failure in life is where we set that bar. Keep lifting that little bit extra, that little bit extra. Oh, that little bit extra, we stick a band on the balcony every Sunday. Now, we never take under $10,000 cash over the counter on a Sunday. Now, we sell lamingtons and meat pies. Our average sales $8.40 or something, $9 or something. It's that little, we've taken up to $38,000 cash in one day. It's that little bit extra, that value added. And also people think, shit, how do you get up there? That little, oh, there's a little bit extra. We stick Keith in the shop sampling at least once a week. Now, you reckon I talk dribble? Keith leaves me for dead. Leaves me. I have people ringing me up and asking me, when is Keith sampling? Now, they don't want to come and give it a bread, a bit of bloody pastry. They want to come in and talk to Keith. I've been in business since I was 21. I know the greatest sickness in this world today is loneliness. My business is about people. You can buy coffee and cake from anywhere. Why buy from my place? Because of these buggers. 5% technology, 95% psychology and attitude. Without them, I don't have a bloody show at all. People say, oh, my business is different. My business is about price. My business is about, quality and service is long remembered after the price is forgotten. Don't get tied up in bloody price. It's just another excuse you're using, you slackers. I'm in business to serve the customer. I'm a servant and I love it. But we forget, we get so tied up in spreadsheets and flowcharts and data and statistics, and all the customer wants is, look at me, greet me, talk to me. Thank me. Oh, why should I thank the priest? Anyway, I'm in business to serve the customer. That is the only business I have. I'm in business to serve the customer. And as long as we can remember that, I'm going to keep making bloody money. What's this to say? Customer complaints are the school books from which we learned. I learned nothing at school. If they'd offered me Wealth 1 and Wealth 2, would have taken both subjects. Anyway, I stuck these customer comments into my shop years ago, and the buggers, I forget what they did, but anyway, they told me they wanted more. They wanted tables and chairs. At first, I didn't do tables and chairs, but I'm going to buggers hang around here, and then they wanted more room. They kept complaining they wanted more bloody room, and the customers said, we need more room. In the end, I wanted to go upstairs. And they said, Tom, you won't get customers. I ended up getting the bugger. That's a setup, that one. I ended up getting the buggers upstairs. I stuck the toilets upstairs. I got the buggers upstairs. And out of the Goodsby Harder gave them 2 toilets, one lady, one female. We're a bakery, not a bloody restaurant. And the customers kept writing in, one more toilet. One bloody, I'll give the buggers something, one more. And we got to try these air blowers. We're going to get them worked out, save a bit of money. We might be something down on the floor here that could might blow them away. But anyway, we write back to every one of our customer comments. We are still doing this. We get tens of bloody thousands of these bloody things, pain in the arse. But, and these are our customer comments. These ones are in the shop. Now, if I'm getting a lot of bad customer comments, I'll stick them up there, and people are like, shit, I won't put my name up there. He'll write it up, put it up. So it cuts down the bad ones dramatically. It does, that does. But you've got to keep close to the customer. That is if you want to be a customer-driven business. And with this bloody social media, pain in the arse, but I tell you what, we could not grow our business without social media. Because we cop it between the eyes straight away before they're bloody left. The loyalty cards. Now this, we got to get the people back. Now these are reward cards, and we've been using these for years. Now with social media, so bloody easy. We've got to get them. Oh shit! I thought Doug was going to kick me off. We got to I got to get them to come back. And you might see here, get rewarded. Then that's who these cards that we have this spiel that, look, this won't cost you anything. It's a reward. And they love to get something for nothing. So these loyalty cards, and we have got thousands of them out there, and that we can keep in contact with, invite them back, offer them deals, and them loyalty cards have been brilliant. You've got to get the customers to come back. Got to get them to come back. That is, we're all in this thing together. So let's try and get along. Teamwork works if you want it to work. We're either pulling together or we're pulling apart. Front of house, head office, back office. You just think of every element of your show, pulling together as one. Wow, nothing to stop you. When we all work together, we all win together. So bloody simple. So simple. So simple. You're talking with a group of bloody winners. When we all work together. We do a lot of social functions. We'll hire a bus, take our staff to the movies in Albury. We don't have a movie theatre in Bitchworth. You can either wait for the future or you can get on the bus. And when you get on the bus, make sure you want everyone to go that bloody same way. You got to first get them on the bus. Got to get not under it. We hire a bus, take them 10-pin bowling. On the bigger nights, we're going to bring their partners along. And when you've been working with someone for quite a while, and they bring their partner along, and you think, shit, you're married to that. It's always a surprise. And then next year, don't ask next year. But I tell you what, these people are in charge of first impressions. You won't see me eye-eyed out the back. They and their families are my best marketers. I have bloody hundreds of buggers now, and without them I don't have a bloody show at all. If I want passionate, excited, motivated staff, it's got to come from the top. It's got to come. Culture is caught. It's not taught. That's a Queen's birthday weekend. We have a lot of Queens and tarts at our place. Culture is caught, it's not taught. Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. If I come to work having one of my pity parties, if I come to work with the shits, it just ripples right through, and I love having pity parties. Oh, poor me, I got all the bills. Poor me, I got all the idiots. Poor me, poor me. Pour me a drink. Attitude is a mind's paintbrush. It can colour any situation. If I'm having a pity party, I'm better off to stay at bloody home. I'm no good to anybody, no good. I was over in America at a bakery conference, love bakery conference. They said, what do you do at bakery conference? Well, we sit around and talk shit just like you guys, exactly the same, But now, I'm over there at a bakery conference in America, and a couple of my guys had just been in Germany about 4 weeks ago at a bakery conference. But anyway, an Ann from a donut shop was up on stage talking about how she had a slumber party, a sleepover for staff. I said to my wife, we'll have a slumber party. She said, Tom, I think we'll get into trouble with the sleepover. A lot of my bakers have fantasies of our flour bags. But anyway, I said, we'll have a pyjama day then. I got all excited about this pyjama day. I got it in the paper, got it in radio, and about 3 days before the event, my supervisor come up and said, Tom, no one is very happy about this pyjama day. I said, what are you bloody talking about? I got it in the paper, I got it in radio. I said, you better find out why they're not happy. She come back and said, why aren't they happy? She said, none of them wear pyjamas. So I went out to Albury and I got a whole bootload of pyjamas because we didn't have a clothes shop in Beechworth because I'd taken it over and knocked a hole in the wall and it was gone. We have some beautiful clothes shops in Beechworth today, but then none. And I got a whole bootload and I got a couple of them Captain Snooze, like the Willy Winker outfits, and I put one on. And I got skinny white legs and I'm running around with this bloody outfit and they thought the bugger's mad, he's going to do this. I didn't go in the shop though, but I didn't explain it to my staff why I wanted them to come to work in their pyjamas. They just thought I was kinky. I wanted them to come to work in their pyjamas because I wanted them to get out of their comfort zone. It is so easy to go to work in your suits or in your overalls, your whites, your uniforms. You try to go to work in your pyjamas, really breaks that pattern, really gets you out of your comfort zone. And on this day, any customer that comes in our shop in their pyjamas gets a free coffee and cake. Now, you'd be surprised what people do for free coffee and cake. Now, I thought this was going to be great, all these sexy negligees and everything, and look what we got. Now, we've got a lot of cross-dressers working for us. Now, that customer got more than his money's worth. Now, this next guy was adamant that he did not wear pyjamas. I tell you what, this guy got me out of my comfort zone, I can tell you. We stuck him out on the tables. He got lots of people out of the comfort zone. He really broke the pattern. Them shoes really cracked up a lot of people. Everything you want Everything you want is just outside your comfort zone. Everything you want is just outside your comfort zone. I talk about outside of your comfort zone. Somebody else built this monstrosity, gigantic, humongous bakery in Echuca, and they couldn't make it work. And after about 3 or 4 years, they were closing the door. And over that 3 or 4 years, they'd rang up and asked me a few times, would I buy it? Oh, boogie, 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 too scary for me. Oh, we live in the land of opportunity. Well, let some other bugger have it. Anyway, we ended up buying it. Today it's called Beechworth Bakery, Echuca. I tell you what, the best way to avoid criticism is do nothing, say nothing, be nothing. I tell you what, if I believe we live in a land of opportunity, I got to walk the talk. When we bought that business a few years ago, now it was turning over around 300,000 turnover. Today, around 4 million cash over the counter. You know, when opportunity knocks, get up and answer the door. If you stand still to watch the world go by, it will. You're going to be dead a long time. Get up and answer. Oh, we have a shop in the Myers Centre in Albury, and the oven caught fire. They hadn't cleaned the grease out properly, and we had bloody nearly burnt the centre down. We had 3 fire trucks there, and after we reopened, Sam and Nikki went out and bought these hats at Toyland, and we had fire sales, we had red hot deals. Ever since that fire, our figures have grown dramatically. I wouldn't suggest a fire to anyone, but train them. Look, don't blame them. Luckily, Sam had been trained how to use a fire extinguisher. She put out the oven, and she was a hero or heroine or whatever. But train them. Don't blame. There's more opportunities out there than ever before. Oh, Barry here, at 69 years of age, he took a risk. He asked, could he do a 4-year apprenticeship? Hope he makes it. Hire for attitude, train for skill. Hire for will and train for skill. Hire people that are willing to learn. Hire people that are willing to do that little bit. Hire for will and train for skill. You know, some people are old at 28. Some people aren't old at 88. Don't let an old person in. The essence of all growth is that willingness to learn. That willingness to learn. You know, productivity. Nothing worthwhile is ever achieved without that collective spark of enthusiasm. These business people that check out my business, they say to me, Tom, your staff are so good. What do you look for when you employ your staff? I said, long legs, big personalities. Enthusiasm. If your heart's in it, the sky's the limit. Get in there, boots and all, 100%. Enthusiasm. It's like measles and mumps. Highly contagious. Look, I tell you what, if you're not getting what you want out of life, check your bloody level of enthusiasm. If you're not living the life you want, check your level of enthusiasm. That's the secret ingredient. I can go home now, but Doug said they're a bit slow, so I'll keep going. Oh, I'm taking this photo. Diane there, the little fat sheller, she started with me at 16 in Western Australia. She's 56 now or something. But anyway, and I'm taking this photo, and this customer said, hey, what about me? What about my number one customers are my staff. If I've got happy staff, I'll have happy customers and the money will pour in. You might think bullshit. Well, I'm as sick as a brick, but if I have happy staff, I have happy customers. You know, your job's got to be braggable, your brand's got to be braggable, your product's got to be braggable. You got to talk it up. No one else is going to do it for you. You got to bloody talk it up. For years and years, we all come to work through that back door. Today, everyone has to come to work through that front door and see it through the customer's eyes. You know, we become shop blind, town blind, community blind. We become blind to the opportunities that are right at our feet. We're so busy wasting all our bloody energy looking over here, looking over there. Look, the grass always looks greener. Be bloody careful, because that's often where the sewage comes out. You know, I was always looking for a softer, easier way. I don't have any softer, easier way except getting off my ass and having a go. You know, Helen Keller said worse than being blind is to see but have no vision. That vision, go beyond your own backyard to realise how bloody good we've got it here in Australia. You've got to keep looking at your business and your life with fresh eyes. And that's one of the greatest things about going to a conference. You go back and you see your business with fresh eyes. One of the best investments you can ever bloody do. Bloody hell. Oh, we do a lot of corporate hampers. We do hundreds of them Christmas trees, but we do thousands of handmade Christmas cakes. Now, when we first started to do these Christmas cakes, the dream takers told me, Tom, you can't sell Christmas cakes. Big W give them away. Lions own the market. It's a mature market. You know, I just didn't wake up one morning and say I'm going to have a market for Christmas cakes. I had to get on my bike and pedal like buggery. It is not easy being in business. Never has been, never bloody will be. All things are difficult before it's easy. My job is never going to get any easier. I just got to get better. Because if I ain't getting better, I can guarantee the competition will be. I got to remain teachable. If I stop learning, I get bored and I get tired. I got to get better. I got to get better. Oh, this is Belinda in Ballarat. Roger, our sales trainer. Matt, he's useless. We all have them. We went to the Disney Institute in California, in Anaheim, and the Disney Institute runs people management, customer service, marketing, and they take you behind the scenes with Minnie. Mickey missed out on Minnie. And I graduated from the Disney Institute. Now I've got this son of mine who's a scientist. He's a doctor or whatever he is. And look at that cat he's got. It looks like a bloody bedpan cover. And look at that. I graduated from the Disney Institute. I shouldn't say I'm a kindergarten dropout because I graduated. Because they graduated too. People say, oh, my staff are my biggest asset. Well, if they are, invest in them and invest in yourself. I tell you what, if I sit at home and isolate and talk to myself, I'll get bad advice. I've tried it. You sit at home and isolate, talk to yourself, see what you bloody get. I got to get better. I got to get better. Look at that, Peter. Anyway, well, without stress, my life would be empty. Look, there's nothing permanent except change. And nothing changes if nothing changes. And before anything will change, I got to change my attitude, my outlook, but I'm making all these pricks out here to get their act together. It doesn't matter what's happening out there. As long as between my ears is okay, it doesn't matter. There's nothing permanent except change. Embrace it or be left behind. You cannot get new results with old habits. Change is essential for growth. Talk about change. I sold a big part of my business to a few of my staff, and I had to buy it back because they weren't hungry enough. But Marty was. Marty had 7%. Now he's got 25% of the business, and I got 75% of the liabilities. You know, one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in small business is to learn to let go and let somebody else have a go. Marty's young, he's hungry, he's passionate, he's in a hurry, and he doesn't want some grey-haired old bugger in his way. And I said to Marty, well, what's my job? He said, Tom, you're the founder. I said, what does that mean? He said, you're like Colonel Sanders. You're a cardboard cutout figure and you're dead. Prick. You know, but Marty was my young apprentice once. He's my exit plan or whatever you call it, buddy. Anyway, one ship, one captain. He's the CEO. People said, how'd you pick Marty? He was teachable. He was hungry. He's prepared to get out of his comfort zone. He was teachable. You know, business is pretty bloody simple. It's mostly about people. And leadership. Dare to lead. When you're placed in charge, take charge. Oh, shit, no, I'm not going to stick my neck out. I'm not going to voice my opinion. Oh, God, I'm not going to put my hand up. Dare to lead. It's the learners. They're the ones who are going to inherit the future. If you finish learning, you're buggered. If you finish learning, you're finished. When placed in charge, take charge, buddy. Oh, goals. Goals give me that purpose and direction. You know, without goals, I'm just bloody drifting. People with goals normally succeed because they know where they're bloody going. Goals hold me accountable. And I hate bloody being held accountable. But you've got to set goals that'll stretch you. Now, I set this goal this year to take this 1930A model Ford, no doors, no seat belts, from one side of Australia. Got to get it from Beechworth, from the most eastern point of Australia, right through the centre to the most western point in South Australia. Now, this 1930A Model 4, we had no support crews, and we were doing it for raising money for the Fiona Cancer Research Institute. Anyway, they're doing a preview, doing a documentary on it on the 8th down at Ballarat on the 8th of November. But anyway, we started heading off from Beechworth, and we bloody we had 2 cameras because we're raising money, you see, for this cancer research. It's only regional cancer research one in regional Australia, no government funding. Anyway, we're heading off, and we had 2 cameras on 2 TV stations in Bathurst. They wanted me to go around but we're running a bit at a time around the circuit, But anyway, we were in front of the courthouse, and they had the 2 cameras, and they said, look, we'll get you going down the road. Well, I turned the bloody car on, blew the starter motor up. The starter motor's about this big, about 10 kilograms. Holy moly, thought it blown the whole car up. So we got onto the RACV or NMRA. They come up and they said, well, we can't do nothing. They said, we'll just take it off. So they took it off. So we had to keep starting it. Everyone loved helping us pushing it, and we ended up making it to the most eastern point of Australia, in Byron Bay, and we left Byron Bay and we started to break down. Our timing was going, and we broke down and in the gully, St George, and we got bloody bogged and we were the Cooper Creek, and we're heading to Windora. This is in March, April this year. In March, up around there, it was bloody hot. It was 40 degrees. No one out there. And we are breaking down. We got a batch of bloody cooked tubes. We ended up all out doing about 11 tubes, and we nearly were going to give up. But goals hold me accountable. We ended up getting to Birdsville. Now and that was great, and we thought, oh, terrific, bitumen up to Booyah. But the flood, the Dimatina was in flood. We had to do a 170 kilometre bloody detour. But I tell you what, this A model is a real chick magnet. We can buddy, I tell you what, we get the bloody Sheilas, I tell you. And lots of time, dead smooth, easy. Life's like that. Business can be like that. Then at other times, big obstacle. There are a couple of hitchhikers we tried to pick up, but anyway, here we are. This guy wanted to bloody book us for speeding. It does about 35 miles, 40 miles an hour with a tailwind. But out in the middle, we were going from Windor to bloody Alice Springs, going to Alice Springs, and he was the only guy we'd seen all day, and heading to bloody Alice Springs. We ended up breaking down out near Tobermory Station, about 10 hours out of Alice Springs, out in the desert there, and we had to go onto a station. They got a trade truck, cost me bloody $4,500 to get it into Alice Springs. Russ Driver in bloody Alice Springs, hero. He got that timing right. And this car I've taken around Australia, I've taken it to Tipper Cape, I've taken it bloody everywhere, never given me a trouble. We headed off from Alice Springs. We're heading off to the Great Central. Now we had to have permits and everything to go through this country, and it was pretty bloody dusty. Not much traffic. But I tell you, no doors, no windowsill, no air conditioning, no support crew, we ended up. That's out in the middle of bloody nowhere. That middle of nowhere, nothing on this side either. But anyway, we ended up getting to Shark Bay, which is the most western point of Australia. Then we had to get out to Steep Point, another I don't know how many bloody kilometres, but a long way out. And it says 4-wheel drive only. We have 4 wheels, and but only 2 of them drive. We ended up, we couldn't let our tyres down because they're old, skinny bloody tyres, and it got valves in them. We ended up, that's a 2-way road out to Steep Point. We ended up getting bogged there. We thought, what are we going to do? Well, every bugger come along there. Camera was got a bit of grid in the bloody camera there. And everybody come along. When all these things happen, you don't want to take photos. You're just trying to get out of it. They all wanted to get us out of the bloody bog because they wanted to get out to Steep Point. Not many going out there. But we ended up making it to Steep Point. Winners must have 2 things. Definite goals and burning desires. Definite goals, not bloody fuzzy goals. And you got that fire in the belly. You got to keep stoking that fire. You got to keep stuck. If you're not feeling the heat from the fire, chuck a couple logs on. Go to a seminar. Go to a conference. Winners must have 2 things: definite goals and burning. Set the goals and enjoy the journey. Set the goals and enjoy the journey. It's got to be fun. If it ain't fun, there's something wrong with what you do. You've got to enjoy the journey. The magic begins when you write down them goals. The magic begins when you write, then we had to get home, but it was all on bitumen, pretty, oh God, the old car's bloody out of it. But we do a lot of community stuff. We do, there's we did bike ride but it's all about pushing that brand. It's all about marketing. You know, especially with charities like they all with the media won't love you if you're bloody, it's, this is Opera in the Alps in Beechworth, I think about the 17th of January. In January, you've got to come up to that. Now, this is James Morrison. Now, you see all the bloody, there's thousands of buckets, they come from everywhere. That Beechworth Bakery down the bloody middle, and they're all taking bloody photos of James Morrison because Beechworth Bakery pushing that brand. August is our second quietest month. February, now you people from overseas, I hope I'm going slow enough for you, but August is our second quietest month. And so in August, we have Kingdom Month. So every day through August, we get these we've been doing this for years. Pain in the arse. They all come and make a biscuit, make a loaf of bread. They take it home. Grandma's got to have a bit. Dad's got to take some to work. When Mum goes to buy the bread at Safeway, no, we want the Beechworth Bakery. It's their bakery. You know, the greatest asset is these little buggers. You know, well, that's my grandson, my youngest one. He's a shit of a kid, I tell you what. Nearly the end of the Kingdom Week, Kingdom Month, I tell you. You know, the greatest asset that any community, that any business can have is these little buggers. They're my future. I got to get them used to coming into my bloody shop. You got to get them used to coming into that car. They're the greatest asset. This is a Ballarat, the Sanders Bakehouse, and we did 800, 900 decorated biscuits in 2 hours. That's bloody, there's Keith sampling bloody cakes and that there, or made a hell of a bloody man. We had the biggest bloody line. We had the biggest bloody line at Sanders Bakehouse. We do lots of community stuff. This is the Hendy Field Day, biggest Hendy Field Day in the Southern Hemisphere. Melbourne show, they've even got me down there. I'm no bloody celebrity chef, I can tell you. We get very involved in the community. Valentine's Day, everyone gets a blood. All about marketing. You've got to push this brand. Push the Red Cross Week or something. You know, give little, receive little. Give more, receive more. The more I give, the more I get in all areas of my bloody life. I should try it at home. But anyway, give more, receive more. The more I give, the more I get, you know. But they've got to, and it's all about pushing that brand, all about pushing that bloody when the camera comes. And I'm actually an isolator. I'm a quite shy bugger. I want to get out the bloody back. But you've got to push that bloody brand. You're this is Yakka down the bakery. Now, on Saturday, now I was going to show you a couple of great photos. I had the federal minister there, Cathy McGowan, and opened up our bakery. Well, we've been there 12 months, but we cut the birthday cake. And I was there, but I couldn't I couldn't put it on. I was going to show you, but I didn't have the adapter. And but you've got to push that brand. It was great. We had all the media there. Cathy McGowan, she's looking for a buddy. We had one of the independents who was running for the state election. And now all we've got to do, we've been going 12 months last weekend. But, pain in the ass. My staff said, Tom, you've got to be there. I was I bitch and moan, and then I get there and smile and talk to the bloody customers. You know, what are you famous for? You got to be bold and brave. Who wants to follow a dickhead into battle? You've got to be bold and brave. You know, how have you increased productivity in the last 6 weeks, in the last 6 months? What are you famous for? Leaders celebrate. Talk about celebration. My staff, for our 30th birthday in Beechworth, they wanted to have a street carnival. And I thought, this is going to cost me a lot of money. It sounds very dangerous. And I thought, it ain't going to happen because they had to get Vic Roads to agree, they had to get every shopkeeper to agree, they had to get the council to agree. Well, they bloody made it happen. We had this bloody street carnival, we had bloody pie eating competitions, we had tug of wars, we had bike races, we had ballet dances, we had bloody fortune, that's Belinda, you don't know that. We had the Blues Brothers, we had a bloody petting zoo out front of the bakery, should have put a few of them in the pies. We had the bloody giant castles, we had the giant bakers, we had lots of fun. And my staff put it all together. I didn't have to do nothing. I just played with myself. I played with the dough. I didn't have to do nothing. I'm redundant because the bloody snow's on the roof. They reckon the fire's gone out. But leaders celebrate. You get what you celebrate. Celebrate what you want to see more of. There's so many Me Too businesses, Me Too people, Me Too products, Me Too. Look, if you're not determined, utterly, totally determined to get out of your comfort zone and do that little bit extra, your bloody history. There's no excitement in being average. There's no excitement in being bloody average. These are our smell fans. They pick up the smells from the oven, blow it out into the street. When we burn something, we've got to turn the buggers off real quick. these people are sitting out front thinking, geez, I'll have another one of them. It's the smells, it's the smiles, it's the thank yous. It's the little things. It's the little things that make the big difference. Oh, the St. Patrick's Day, kiss rum, Irish, green bread, green hot cross bun. Look, I don't have a problem with new ideas. I have a problem with old ones. My head is so full of bloody old ideas, no room for the new ones. Got to get rid of the old ideas. People, oh, Tom, I haven't got time. I haven't got time. It's not lack of time. It is lack of focus. It is lack of priority. You know, we've all got 24 hours in a day. It is not lack of time. You've got bloody 500 in your association. You should have everyone here. Yo, teamwork works. You know, it's not lack of time. It's not lack of time. Oh, smile and the world smiles with you. Now, we don't get many international visitors in Beechworth, but when we do, we know that everyone smiles in the same language. You know, the most important thing you can wear is your expression. If you're happy, tell your face. If you're happy, tell your face. Take a bloody wrist smile. Take a wrist smile. I know it's a wrist for some of you buggers. That's my first wife. At least she's smiling. I wear them out. You know, your day goes the way your corny mouth goes. Your day goes the way your corny mouth goes. If you see somebody without a smile, give them one. Cost you bloody nothing. Cost you bloody nothing. Oh, goal setting is the strongest force in the world of human motivation. When I started to write out my goals and date them, changed my life. Dramatically changed my life. You know, that momentum. Once you're moving in the directions of your goals, nothing can stop you. And goals are just dreams with a date. But I tell you what, they're not on paper, they're not on this planet. I've got to tell you, goals do not matter. Goals do not matter if you're going nowhere. Go somewhere, get that bloody momentum and go. Where do you want to be in 5 years' time? Where do you want to be in 10 years' time? Write down them bloody goals. Oh, thank God, I know where I'm up to. Bloody hell, that Glenn over there playing with himself, I didn't know where I was, but know where I'm up to. I'm nearly finished. We opened up this bakery in Hillsville in the Yarra Valley a few years ago, and 3 hours from Beechworth. And we asked the Federal Minister for Small Business and Tourism, to open our bakery. And my mate said, how do you get the bloody Federal Minister to open up your pissy little bakery? How much did it cost you? I said, a cup of coffee and a few cakes. They said, how'd you get it there? I said, we just asked. And that's often what we don't do. We just don't often ask. I need help. I need a hand. Our pride and our ego stops us for asking for help. Pride is tasteless, odourless, sizeless, yet you can't swallow it. You want something? Ask for it. You want the business? Ask for it. You want the sale? Ask for it. You want something? Ask for it. How profound. You know, the greatest sin is sitting on your ass and look at you. If it's to be, it's up to me. No, it's up to Craig, it's up to bloody Doug, it's up to Matthew, Mark, Luke and John. We're all out there waiting for some other clown to do it for us. If it's to be, it's up to me. I am responsible. No, Malcolm Turnbull. No, I am. Oh, tomorrow's success begins today. Today, write down your goals. Today. Don't wait till you're bloody organised. When are you going to be organised? 5 years' time? 10 years' time? 6 weeks' time? Bullshit. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. Don't wait till you're bloody organised. You're never going to be bloody. Tomorrow's success begins today. And you've only got so many tomorrows left. Especially a couple of you there. But anyway, tomorrow's success begins. What is success? I've been wrote up on bloody magazines. Oh, this year, a few months ago, I got some order of, say, OAM or whatever it is. I'm dyslexic, so I don't know. But that's the governor there. I didn't know who the chickie babe was, but anyway, in the middle. Not that old Sheila Sandman. But anyway, you know, what is success? I've been on bloody TV shows and, you know, what is success? What is... I was brought up in poverty. Mum, Dad, the 5 kids, the 7 of us, all slept in a tent together, dirt floors, no electricity, little asbestos sheet of kitchen, dirt floors, no electricity, no bathroom. Was brought up in poverty. Ended up getting a big 2-storey house on the beach and the Jag and the Land Cruiser, and I ended up sticking a loaded gun in my mouth when my wife took off with the big Fijian. Anyway, that's another story. But I didn't, yeah, so, so if you got half your money, gone, but anyway, don't worry about that. So what is success for me today? Success for me today is being a good husband and a good father. Just love them. Just love them. Don't judge them. Don't check them out on Facebook. Just love them. Just love them. Today's success for me today being a good grandfather. Just love them, spoil them, stir them up and hand them back. Just love them. Just love them. Today's success for me today is having peace of mind. I used to go to work every day with a football of fear in my guts and a can of worms going up here worrying about next week, next month, next year. God, talk about kangaroos in the back paddock. Without peace of mind, there's no success. But what is success for Tom O'Toole? Success for me is being able to live the life the way I choose. And I choose to be a baker in rural Australia. That is success for me. I don't know what success is for you. I wouldn't have a bloody clue. But whatever it is. Climb as high as you can dream. Climb as high as you can dream. Why not? And why not now? We live in the greatest country in the world. Climb as high as you can dream. A lot of people say it's my product. I tell you, you can have the best product, and we haven't. A lot of people say it's my marketing. You can have the best marketing, but we haven't. But without good people, I am rat shit. They're my biggest asset, also my biggest cost, so to make sure they're well trained. 5% technology, 95% psychology and attitude. They're my biggest investors. They invest their time, their energy, their imagination into the Beechworth Bakery. Without them, I don't have a bloody show at all. Like I said, you can buy coffee and cake from anywhere. Why buy it from my place? Because of these buggers. And now I've got more of the buggers. Heads on them like bloody mice. You know, my future depends on well-trained, passionate, committed people. My future depends on them. You know, I get by with a little help from my friends. It's all about people. It's all about product. It's all about passion. Together, we are better. Talk about sexual harassment. That guy's grabbed me on the arse there. But you know, people can alter their lives by altering their attitude. It's all about attitude. It's all about attitude. And action, and action, and action. Like, ready, aim, aim, aim. Ready, aim, aim, aim. Ready, aim. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Ready, aim. Fire! Ready, aim, fire! Not ready, aim, 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 ready, aim, aim, ready, aim, ready, aim, ready, aim, ready. You know, all the knowledge of the world, not with a pinch of cow shit, unless you're willing to get off your bum and have a go. People can alter their lives by altering their attitude. Look, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your past has been. Every one of us has a clean future. Everyone. I was in Port Phillip Maximum Security Prison talking at Mental Health Week. And I said, look, it doesn't matter. Every one of us has a clean future. They said, Tom, come back on Thursday and tell the parole board. You know, you can starve to death by reading a cookbook. You need that action. You need that commitment. You know, all the praying, all the preaching, all the talking, all the debating just won't do it. Words are just words until we choose to live them. You need that action. You need that commitment. You need that discipline. You can starve to death by reading a cookbook. Oh, this is my last one. I do have another 447, but attitudes, probably 647. Attitudes are contagious. Are yours worth catching? There's always a better way. The future's right here. You're it. You're it. The future's right here. I tell you what, the believers in this life pick up the prizes. Have a belief in your industry. Have a belief in your association. Have a belief in yourself. The believers in this life pick up the prizes. And I believe the best is yet to come. If I didn't believe the best is yet to come, I wouldn't get out of bed in the morning. Look, have a nice day and a nice feather, and I'll see you later. Thank you very much. Who's got this mic? Oh.